we got?
We were at Kelly's and he just collapsed. Sudden onset of fever, chills, and overall weakness.
Emily, can you please check him in? It's getting a little crazy around here.
What's going on?
We don't know yet. We're just trying to take it one patient at a time.
That's what? 5 patients in less than an hour with encephalitis symptoms?
We got an epidemic on our hands here. If we don't get a handle on it, it's going to take out the entire town.
We're running out of beds.
Okay, we'll triage the critical patients and we'll just try and make everyone else as comfortable as possible.
We need to interview all the patients, find out where they've been, who they've had contact with.
We're already short-handed.
Get some volunteers.
Are you a doctor?
Have a chat to the young lady here, will you? And tell her that while she's busy looking at the print quality on my credentials, that people are getting sicker, maybe dying.
Mr. Scorpio may not be the nicest man in the world, but he does have official credentials and he does know what he's doing.
Let's do it.
All right. This is no ordinary encephalitis. I've never seen anything like this.
I have. Markham Islands. If we're going to contain it, we've got to quarantine the hospital.
Wait, you want to lock down the entire hospital?
Nobody gets in, nobody gets out, unless they're symptomatic.
Well, what about the hospital staff? I mean, they've already been exposed.
It's a bit late in the day for hazmat suits. Let's just go for standard precautions, quarantine gowns and gloves, and beyond that,
We're all at risk.
someone's got to follow through on the outside with the interviews, go to the locations, and anyone who's been exposed.
What are you doing?
We're getting out of here now.
This hospital is now under quarantine.
My children are waiting for me at home.
Well, ma'am, I suggest you make a call and have somebody be with them because nobody's leaving. Dr. Gordon.
There's been a viral outbreak. Any of you could be infected and not know it yet. If you leave, you run the chance of spreading to your children, to your workplace.
We're not sick. You can't keep us here.
Sir, this isn't multiple choice.
I'm leaving. Who's with me?
Where's the commissioner? He's supposed to be here handling this.
You looking for me?
Nobody goes anywhere. I just wanted to see if you were real. Now that I see that you are, I can kill you.
Any of the encephalitis strains we're familiar with. It's virulent and arbitrary.
Patients show all the standard symptoms, headache, high fever. But once they get to seizures and delirium, I'm not sure there's any coming back from them.
The natives are getting restless, folks. Now, how long before this blood
I'll
test?
put a rush on the test. It'll be here soon.
Well, then what? We don't have a cure?
But we will try to alleviate the symptoms.
Oh, I've got to call Alan. Chief of Staff should be here.
Well, these antibiotics are having minimal effect, too. Acetaminophen for headaches, Phentoin for seizures, but none of these kill the virus.
So we've got to isolate the carrier, and this brings us full circle back to the chimp.
And Luke, because my brother is the only patient who's getting better instead of worse.
Luke Spencer had all the early symptoms. He was a point of contact for the second wave of patients. And now apparently he's fighting off the virus. Luke may have a natural immunity.
Excuse me, but we have another problem.
Oh, great. The monkeys escaped.
Sorry.
Now, until we find the source or an antidote, the best thing is to keep the patients quarantined in the hospital for the citizens of Port Charles,
Under whose authority?
the Medical Rescue Agency and the City Council of this great town.
Who'll be making the decisions here?
Let's just stay focused on the immediate problem. Now, this man is patient 0. His name is Luke Spencer, and if you've had any contact with him in the last 24 hours, you should seek medical attention. I think if we all cooperate here, we can most definitely get through this thing. Now, this particular strain is highly contagious and it spreads quickly. If you're suffering headaches, dizzy spells, or feel disorientated in any way, seek medical attention immediately and stay away from anybody outside of this hospital. If you're not sick, stay away from the hospital. If you come here to visit people, you will be turned away for your own safety. The object here is not to panic, because we just plain want to save lives.
chimp isn't infected. He's not the carrier.
It's gotta be Luke.
I want you to find Luke Spencer and put him into isolation.